Good morning, traders. So let's get started with the Aussie. Now, from here on in, I've changed brokers. So I'm no longer using IG for my charting, but rather using GT24, which basically means that I'm no longer trading cash on the Aussie as well. So we will be using the futures market from here on in. Number of reasons, but anyway, it works out better for me. So the chart setup's pretty much the same. Still using the Bill Williams. Only difference is I can't customize the Bollinger to eliminate the 20 moving average, so we're still going to have that line polluting the screen. And I've just added a double stochastics to the chart, and you can see the settings here. It's 21.55 and 45.55. So basically, this is something which I learned from Dr. Clive Roffey, and it's really just part of his oscillators. And when they're grouped like this, the top, there's normally a pullback, and you can see there's a pullback that happened here. Okay, when they group at the bottom, then there's normally a rally. Okay, so yeah, and then the other thing is the blue and yellow blocks are just gaps. Okay, so, and in saying that, I'm not 100% familiar with the package yet, but so I may make a few little errors. Just forgive me in advance. Okay, so basically what we have is price came up into the zone, tested this previous high, and then the buyers stepped in straight away. Now remember yesterday I said we need a break above here, and it's still early days. We're not quite above it. There it is. So we still got today to go, but if I look at what's happening on the international markets right now, there is a good possibility we're going to fall today. And just find 10 cents down, almost 3% at the moment. Okay, so that is the only area that I was concerned about on the weekly. We need to break through here in order for us to validate this cup and handle pattern that's in play. So let's just get down to the daily. Okay, so you can see we almost hit that level before the buyer stepped in, and we have been left with a pretty bearish daily pin bar. Now, from a Roffey's perspective, sorry, from a Bill Williams perspective, trading the alligator, this could very well be a Bill Williams Wiseman number 1 on the daily. And remember, Wiseman number 1, I draw a trend line from where price crosses through the head of the alligator to the bottom of the price there. Okay, and then what I do is I draw the same line to where along the red line of the alligator. So from the same area along the red line there. Now what you can see is we have massive diversions here. So basically what is happening is price has been moving away from the alligator, okay, which is never a good sign. So you can always expect some kind of a pullback here. It could be a reversal, and this could also be a top of a range. So this could be the top of the range, and we now pull back even to test the bottom, or maybe even just into the 200-day moving average area again. Okay, so that is kind of what you would expect to happen anyway. Okay, so let's just get rid of that and get rid of that. Right, so from 4 hours perspective, so that's a 6 hour, let's get down to 4 hour. Okay, so you can see we have quite a few gaps that are open below. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps open below. So we've got a couple of magnets, but for all intents and purposes, this is still a very strong uptrend. Okay, we do have diversions on the MACD. The black line is our MACD. We've got diversions, and we've also got a grouping here of the oscillators on the 4 hour. Okay, so basically we have a reversal pattern that may very well play out today. Now, the other thing you'll notice is that we have been walking away from the Bollinger Band on the 4 hour. So there we were outside, here we were inside, here we were inside. Okay, so this is a massive M top. And I pointed this out yesterday where we had this M and we needed to break below this area here for us to be bearish. So basically you've got another M over here and the same principle we need to break below. I'm just going to use this line here. We need to break below this level here. Okay, but this was a pretty strong move up, so don't expect it just to happen. Then the other thing that we see here is really a channel wedge of sorts, okay, which broke at the close. Okay, so this is pretty bearish at the moment, so I would suspect we're going to move to the downside, so I'm more than likely looking for shorts today. Let's get down to the 1 hour and then we can just drill down a little bit deeper into this. Okay, so we can just adjust that line a little bit. There we go. Okay, so, and you can see the divergence here on the 1 hour. Okay, and pretty much we didn't quite get that level, but we got pretty close and then sold off. So for me, this is definitely looking short, and we're more than likely going to gap down. So, you know, it was 10 cent down, and the US was pretty flat yesterday. Yeah, and Asia's down slightly at the moment. And we've got geopolitical noise again happening this weekend. So, yeah, anything's possible. But for the intraday trade, I think we'll be looking for shorts. And the area that I'll be looking for shorts is going to be, we're going to have to trade the lower time frames again. So, I mean, yesterday, if you had traded off the 15, you would have got this long. And you had your levels drawn in, you would have known to get out of this. Possibly have reversed if you wanted to with a stop up here. But for me, I really just got this leg to the top and then tried to scalp a short at the close, which I was hoping for this gap close, but didn't really materialize. So that'll definitely happen today. I'll definitely have this gap close today. And if you look at the alligator at the moment, because the only problem with this chart is that we have these information blocks that I can't get rid of. Anyway, so if we'll definitely close the gap today, I feel, and what we're going to need to do is I'll get the high levels in place, but you can see the alligators pointing to the downside already. So ideally, you want to be short in this area, but you're probably going to miss that boat because we're going to have a gap down, and let's see what happens. I mean, if we do have a proper gap down and we close this gap and we hit down to close this gap area, is that possible? Anything's possible with Aussie. That's 300 points. The next two gaps down below or is 600 points. So that's definitely possible. Okay. So yeah. So I'll be looking for shorts. We will definitely open below the Bull Williams alligator. So the trick will be just watch that first 15 minutes and take the trade in the direction. Or alternatively, you can expect a bounce sort of here. You can expect some sort of a bounce once this gap is closed. Probably overshoot the gap to here. I don't think it'll be a big bounce, so probably a little bounce, short bounce, and then a continuation down. Let's just get those higher time frame levels in. So we've got this here, and we've also got that level there, okay, and we also have another inside bar there, so there's the inside tail there, and I have one over there. I think that should be enough for today. Okay, so you can see we have a number of areas here. So let's just, there we go. Okay, so we do have a number of areas that we can expect some profit taking. So here is a pretty good one. You can see there's a tail and tail here, and there's a couple on the other side. And there's a very good one because that's the inside bar that we have there. Okay, so this is definitely an area where you're going to find profit taking. So it would also be a target for the scalp, and I would expect some kind of a pullback. Okay, remember we need to be below the alligator on the 1 hour for the trend to change. So at this stage, it is still, the trend is still up. It hasn't changed. There is a potential for it to change, but it hasn't officially changed, not in my books. Okay, so what we're looking for is a break below the 20, then we're looking for a break below the alligator. The alligator needs to cross over, and this all needs to happen on the hour. So the chances of it happening today are, they're there, it is possible, but I would put it at like a 50-50 chance, because it could just come down, find some support here, and then slowly meander to the top. Okay, and the problem with this index is that you've got the rand. So if the rand weakens, this index is going to strengthen because of the rand hedge stocks. Okay, so yeah, so be careful with it. I think in my eyes, it's still shorts are still scalps until the trend changes. Once the trend changes, then we can start shorting and the trend will be down. But for now, short it, take your profit, wait for the retracement, because what should happen is if we just go down to something like the 20, okay, now the 20 is already broken through. Well, let me just explain it to you on the 15. I think it's probably better. So what we're looking for is we're looking for price to break through the alligator like it has here. We're looking for the alligator to cross, and then we're looking for a retest. And you can see here was a break through the alligator, and here comes a retest, and it was rejected off the alligator, and the seller stepped in. So that's what you're looking for on the 1 hour. Once that happens, then in my eyes, the trend would have officially changed. But until that happens, the trend is still up. Okay, and the other thing that you need to bear in mind is there could still be a retest of this wedge / channel break. Just tidy this line up here. So there could still be a retest of this break. Could argue that this bar was a retest, but in my experience, it'll come further and then often come back. Okay, the bulls won't give up without a fight, so that's for sure. Not unless something catastrophic happens on the market. So anyway, guys, so that's my take for the day. Is we'll be short, and ideally I'd like to be short. Let's just put a block, this line in. I'd like to be short sort of in a gap close here, but I somehow don't think we're going to get that, not with 10 cent down almost 3%. So whatever opportunity you can to get short, it's short, and then you're watching this area for a bounce. And if the bounce doesn't, and it's long from the bounce, okay, and see how far the bounce gets. So that's kind of the way that I'll be playing this. Okay, guys, hope it helps, and stay safe. Enjoy the Friday, and I will catch you guys on Monday. Cheers.